Hi everyone, welcome back to C Sharp Corner Live Show. I'm your host Stephen Simon, and we are back with another episode of C Sharp Corner MVP Show. And believe me or not, uh, for today's guest, I'm really excited. I had the opportunity to do some chit chat with him behind the scenes, and I this is gonna be the most exciting MVP show you ever gonna look at. So before we go ahead and invite our guests. Thank you everyone who is joining us. Thank you Deepak and to all guys who are joining us. You can just drop comments if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and if you have any questions, you can just keep it coming and we will take it from the speakers. And if you're someone who are joining us for the first time, we do this C Sharp Corner MVP show usually at 10 a.m. Eastern, but we are a little early today. And apart from that, we have many other shows. Like on Monday, we have this Azure AI show where we talk about the entire ecosystem that Azure has to provide in the field of data science. On Tuesdays, we have this Coffee with Pros and product launch where if you have a new product coming up, you can just come and talk about it. Also, for people who come from the IT background, want to talk about something related to their journey, they can also be a part of this Coffee with Pros. On Wednesdays we have MP show. Then on Thursdays we have this C Sharp Corner AMA show. We are almost close to like 28 episodes. Streams at the same time. We invite technical people. They have some code samples, some slides, and you can go ahead and ask them any questions related to that topic. Apart from that, on Fridays we have Growth Mindset show because at C Sharp Corner, we just don't want you to go ahead and keep coding your entire life. We want you to grow. So this show has been hosted by Mahesh Chand, who is the founder of C Sharp Corner, and you definitely want to tune in every Friday for that show. And the final show is by Rocking the Code World by .NET Dave, one of my personal shows that we run every Saturday, where David brings some amazing guests from the .NET family, some program managers, some directors, some advocates, and talk about what's with the .NET, how things have changed. So that's a pretty exciting show to follow up. Thank you again, everyone who's joining us. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone who's joining us from a different place. So for today's guest, we have the Deepak. Okay, Deepak Kaushik. He is a C Sharp MVP and a Microsoft MVP. He's a senior consultant. He's a cloud architect working on Microsoft Azure, Azure DWH, Power BI, and other cloud developments in Canada. He's an author, he's a blogger, he's a tech speaker. And when I say he's a tech speaker, he has been to many different continents to go and speak in different community events and conferences. And he leads the entire C Sharp Corner chapter in Canada. And in fact, he's going to talk about in coming up that how he started C Sharp Corner chapter in Canada and journey about that. So really excited, and he's been to part of this channel line and other cool communities too. So what a great person we're having today. I'm so excited. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and invite our guest of the show, Deepak Kaushik, joining us all the way from Canada. Hi Deepak, welcome to the C Sharp Corner MVP show.
Thank you, Simon. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you so much for your time, Deepak. I know it's I think early morning at your place,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
and still you figure out time for us. Thank you so much for accepting the invitation. So a quick. I know we had this introduction video, and I did still did talk about you. But before we go ahead and talk about all this stuff, for people who are watching you for the first time, people have read your articles, people love it, but they're looking maybe virtually for the first time. They're getting to interact with you. A quick introduction to what you do and how things have been through this pandemic.
Okay, cool. So thank you everyone who joined me. I am basically from India. And when I say India, like my father was in central government, so I have been in Maharashtra, I have been in UP, I have been in Haryana, Himachal. So I'm coming from that background, and currently working with cloud technology in Western Canada, where hosting the Saskatoon chapter and CSAP Corner Regina chapter. So
Mhm.
from technology perspective, cloud is where I start working maybe 5 6 years before, when I was working with one of my organization in Xerox. And right now, how pandemic impacted, like pandemic impact everyone. Believe me, my friend, like it impact every single person. So it impact us because our Netherlands talk cancel, our Toronto talk cancel. From that perspective, yes, it was a kind of setback where we have, plan, we have tickets and everything. But on another way, it helped me to learn new things, spend more time with my family, and
Mhm.
spend more time with kids and talk to them, and retrospect myself where I am and what I'm doing and how could I contribute more to community. So yeah, so it goes both ways.
Yeah, yeah. So it looks like it's a blessing in disguise, right? Yeah, they are disadvantaged, but yeah, we have coped up. And then when we say that, yeah, we get time to spend with our family. Let's also say that, Deepak, we are very lucky, right? That we have all these privileges. We have shelter, we have food, we have internet connection. There are many people who have lost their lives, right? So great condolence to them, and we should just help them in any way possible. So that is also one part. When we have Arun, yeah, I know you want to go ahead and ask Deepak few questions. Yeah, we will definitely take your questions. People definitely want to know what are the opportunities in North America, how we can do it. So we'll definitely gonna talk about it. But before we do that, Deepak, you just mentioned that you have been to different parts of the India, right? But right now you're not in India. So what is your background and how did you go ahead and move to Canada?
So that's a good question. As I told, my dad was in central government of India. So we were like, as a kid, after 2 years, we were excited. Hey, my dad got transfer, and my dad was, you know, touching his head because that's not fun for them. Like for my dad and my mom, and they were saying, "Holy moly!" Like we have to set up whole family again. But as a kid, I will find new friend. Like I will find Simon over there, I will find another Luke over there, so my friends. So we are excited about those things, and that's actually, you know, came into my mentality as well. When I got the job and I got on site opportunity, I start enjoying going, different part of world. uh, and then I come back, my base was in Noida itself. So but after some times when it become quite frequent, I said, okay, uh, what I want, I need a good infrastructure, and from career perspective, if I got the good opportunity. So I got the, like I was in States earlier, then I thought, okay, let's move to Canada. My friend was here, and now Canada is my home. This is beautiful country, very multicultural, very nice people, and that's why this is my home now.
I would like to, that sounds so exciting, Deepak, when you say it is multicultural, right? It is something that we use here in India, but for people who have not been to that part of world, what do you actually mean when it is multicultural? Because many people may not know about it. So how does that say multicultural?
Yeah, sure thing. If I talk about in my city, I don't know, I read somewhere, maybe it's more than 70 country, citizen who were born over there, they are now here. So it's not kind of related to a particular race or particular looking. Like there are all sort of peoples are Canadian, and I'm one of them, and I'm proud to be Indo-Canadian. So that's my identity. And the good thing is that, uh, as I said, here I never feel that like I'm away from my home. Very welcoming Canadian, they are so great, and they have such a good nature. They accept you by open hand and open heart. So it does not matter to them. So answer to your question is, yeah, all you will find everyone over here, and everyone is respected, everyone is taking really very well. So all the audience who join, I would say, that's a opportunity if you want to explore your career. I know in IT, India is one of leading the charge. But if you got the opportunity, explore it. It's my 2 cents. Like, I like it. I'm here. I might settle in states as well, but I prefer Canada.
Let's keep the first option for now. Looking at the news, so, so let's quickly take one question. I don't want the speak guys to be waiting for a long run because people
Yeah.
really want to know, right? So let me go ahead and take one question from Arun. He's asking, could you please ask the guest how to find the opportunities in North America, US or Canada, and skills currently in demand? This I think is a very important question, and many
Yeah.
people would like to know about it.
Thanks, Arun, for asking this question. I really appreciate that. So, answer to that question is, we should go by understanding there are different educational system certification for every profession. For example, my friend or my brother, they are doctors, but they have to do couple of certification here. My wife was a government teacher before we moved in Delhi. She could not teach here. So, but being IT guy, we have that leverage, because if you are writing code from home or from beach or from bar or from cafeteria, it does not make any difference. So there is no restriction in IT as far as qualification wise the criteria is concerned. Now, if you want to talk about how we will find the opportunity, so my friend, a you should, what I found, like, my experience around the globe helped me a lot, and that's why I'm lucky to got the job immediately once I land. And maybe my company where I was working earlier, that was just another part of border, so not too far from here. So it was kind of similar kind of experience, like if you are in North America, US or Canada.
Mhm.
Being said that, if you want to explore any opportunity in Canada, I would say, or North America in particular, I would say, you should be at par, so you got the opportunity, employer will hire you. Because if you apply from India, definitely you will not get job opportunity, because visa restrictions are there. There are a couple of restrictions. No, they cannot hire anyone from any part of world, as far as I know. So you should be eligible to work in that geography, work visa, uh, or another all different kind of H1B or L1 or all that kind of visa, uh, which required in US. There are another name in Canada, but basically I will say work visa.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question, Arun? This is
I
very this is very honest. Whatever I will say, I will speak by my heart and my experience. And when I talk to different conference, university, they ask me the same thing. Even my nephews or my relatives are there. They are doing their job, and I say, okay, you have to do certain criteria. You have to
Mhm.
meet those criteria, and then you you got the opportunity,
Yeah.
because employer could not hire anyone who is not eligible, to work in that country.
Mhm. So that's very well answered. I definitely feel that Arun would have got the crux out of it, what he just said. My quick question here, Deepak, is that you did mention a couple of times the eligibility, right? So I'm not going to go in very depth asking you what are the eligibilities, but here's I'm going to tell you quick scenarios to what's happening here in India to these days, that or in other Pacific countries or in other world, that people have now realized that you do not really need a graduation or maybe a degree to go ahead and start coding it. They've started doing it from their very school itself. They've been doing this Python, and what they're doing in other parts of the country is also they just go for the boot camps. They just don't believe in getting spending 4 years in a college learning subject that doesn't matter, spending a lot of money. So will is it, and then landing a freelancing job. That is what the Asia Pacific has been doing a lot these days. Let's talk also about Bangladesh, who's getting like 600,000 freelancers every quarter, which is a very big number. So is it important to have a degree to move into the North America, or things are kind of flexible with that?
Uh, that's a good question, Simon, and I really want to explain that. So, yes, unfortunately, yes, because for example, if you apply for cloud architect role or any architect role, you will find, hey, he should have 15 year of experience, he should have bachelor's in IT or computer science or master's in IT, he should be TOGAF certified, and then you could got that job. So the thing is, to get those job, to qualify, even to apply those job, you should meet that certain criteria, like your educational assessment. For example, I did my masters from Punjab University, Chandigarh. That has been assessed in Canada. Okay, are they equivalent to uh, our educational parameter? Because they, whenever we look, we have different kind of educational system all around the globe, right? Where they have starting class from third, from 3 years. Here, for my daughter it will start from 5 years. Here we have to do bachelor's in a particular subject. There is, we focus on particular, for example, IT or computer science. So answer to that question is yes, it's must, otherwise you will not qualified to apply for job. A, you will, I don't know, there are some point systems where you will get visa on the basis of that. uh, Being said that, for example, if I apply, or there is an employer who had opening for cloud architect or architect, you should require meet minimum requirement of that job description.
Mhm. Okay, so that fully answers, right? So that, I mean, although the world is changing, right? You may not need certain qualification to do a particular job, but when you're trying to move to other country, there's some criterias. They want more skilled people to come, at least a degree that defines. And you said very important factor that they do measure it, right? Your particular institute where you have graduated to, when you're moving to some other country, they measure it if it makes sense or not, because there might be some bogus colleges, right, who just doesn't make sense. One of them is mine. Now, that's not a part of discussion, but
I will like to add here. It's about, for example, in our history, we read about different guys, uh, maybe Bhagat Singh. Whereas in developed countries, they have their history. So educational system must match, right?
Mhm.
We like, for maths, I understand 2 2 are 4 is there as well as here. However, as I said, my wife was a government teacher in Delhi. She is
Mhm.
not qualified until she will do 18 points bridge courses. They give the assessment. They will say, hey Simon, for this job you need this score. Your score is maybe 60, you require 70, you have to do 10 courses, and for 10 courses you have to apply to university and do these things. So fortunately that does not happen with me, thanks to our profession IT. And I totally, another motivating factor is everyone who is in this live, so they are from IT background, so they are fortunate. Like if you have bachelor's or masters, and and you have, I would say, just conclude good human being and professional attribute, and uh, wrap it around. And then if you have that exposure where you are working with top now, most required technologies, definitely you will get the opportunity.
Yeah, that you added a very important point, Deepak, towards the end, that you said, just wrap it up nicely. That brings up like good connections. Also, you said, right, building up the good connections. So, guys who are just watching, we're talking about today jobs, IT career in the North America. If you have any questions, keep it coming. Deepak has been there in the North America for a long time. He works there as a full time, and keep your questions coming up. We'll just answer that. And let's quickly talk about Deepak, I see an amazing background, pretty interesting background. I see many awards over there, and I also see you wearing a pretty interesting T-shirt. So let's talk about you as an MVP. So for guys who don't know MVP, what is an MVP, and what does it look like being an MVP?
Okay. So whenever we will say MVP, they consider it he's a hands-on guy. He know about
Okay.
his it. He know what he's talking about, and he know how to make the things happen. So it's not about title. It's about it's about a reward. Like for example, if we got any gallantry award, say like my family is in defense services. So if that reflects certain criteria. So when you say or when someone know okay he's MVP, so they consider yes this guy is very hands on. So I'm not I think for me MVP is any guy who know about his technology and who keep him updating,
Hmm.
learn new things and share with the community. So for me, if certain guy have those criteria like they share with the community, I have my articles up. My first blog I write in 2006. Even I at that point of time I don't know what his MVP means, right? I was writing just to refer me in future, like okay, binding the grid. Like if I look those blogs, I laugh a lot, like holy this is me. Like I'm writing those blogs like how to bind a grid in ASP.NET. I was doing it for honestly for myself, and I was keep doing. Then I came to know I have 2 million views on different articles, and even I never count that. So I would say when you say you are MVP, there are certain expectation from you, and you have been called on various discussion panel, interview panel. I have been interviewed on by Microsoft on DevOps Lab, Channel 9, and you take the name, you will my articles are different place. So whenever you are MVP, they consider you an asset. So and that came from experience and your dedication towards your work.
And when that's the answer, that you have to be maybe an if not an expert, you should have a decent knowledge of your field. You should not be just working 9 to 5. You should make sure that what you learn, you also go ahead and share it in the community. And when you say that writing your first article, Deepak, let me go ahead and refresh your memory. This is the first article that you published on C Sharp Corner, Introduction to Azure SQL Data Warehouse.
Yeah. So yeah, I
This
in
is a good one to get started, Deepak.
yeah SQL data warehouse dragged my attention because I found it's a different beast. I did couple of demos. I really love it. I publish it. I think it got very good views. And at that point of time, couple of guys contact me, and they asked me. So yes, it went really well, and I implement after this. I talk about Azure Data Warehouse on Micro Seattle headquarters. I speak on Saskatchewan IT Summit. I don't know. I got couple of requests. Hey, would you like to talk about this? Yeah, and it was fun. Like if I look at this article, maybe I found now Azure Data Warehouse name is changed and
Yeah.
certain properties changed, but it's reflect okay. I want to share with community. And when I got those comments on my blog, I got comment maybe yesterday, hey, this is one of the nicest explanation I found. And it was, it make me happy. Like, okay, someone is,
I see it. Yeah, it says a fantastic blog. Yeah, so
yeah,
definitely, yeah, it's fantastic blog. This was really helpful for my research. Yep.
okay, yeah, okay. You find it, man.
Just
Holy.
running some SQL queries behind the scenes.
Yeah. I actually I love to explore different stuff. I never restrict and limit up to like usually when we were at our early stage of programming, someone is asking, okay, are you a web programmer or desktop programmer? I don't know nowadays, but then okay, I do whatever I got the opportunity. So whenever you got the opportunity, consider it as an asset to learn something. You never know when it paid off. For my one of oil and gas client, I did some work in Europe, and then I got the similar opportunity in States. So uh, at that point of time, that was not my skill set, but yes, I built that skill set, and that helped me out. So yeah, sharing is caring, guys. Just
Yeah.
keep sharing, and if you want to um, if you want if you want to share, before that you learn, and that will increase your level, and that will increase your personal reputation as well. um, though that does not came into my mind in 2006, but yeah, that will really help you out. Do it.
Wow, wow,
Do it.
wow. This is so great, and we have some people joining us.
So yeah,
Okay,
my family.
that's it, family. Hi everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining. That was a surprise coming up. How have you people been doing during this pandemic? Everyone seems so happy.
So Tej has also YouTube channel. My son,
Mhm.
he's Tej teaches YouTube channel. Say
Wow,
hello.
what is hi, say hi to everyone. What do you do in your YouTube channel?
Like I do some math, like some, math, science and computer coding. So I did HTML.
Wow. I mean, we should Deepak, we should get him on this show sometime because
I'd love to join.
I don't know. You guys are so advanced. When I was in my school, but what was I doing? I was just figuring out. Let's leave the word out there. So, because look, beautiful family out there. Looks like you guys are enjoying the Canada. How's the? Let me quickly ask you, what's with the snow in Canada? How often do you get snow?
So today is the forecast for the snowstorm. So it
Mhm.
will be snow, wind gust, and 100 kilometer per hour is the forecast and coming on the way. Like
And the temperature is minus 20.
no, right
No.
now it's like for today temperature will be positive, but it will be like some environmental changes. So every year it's like mandatory in Canada, like it's in Saskatchewan especially. It's like storm one time happened, like
So weather is really,
but
really.
we are used to of it. Like Tej is in grade 7 and I'm working in the school too, so we have to go outside for like in the
Recess.
temperature minus 27. So
Mhm.
everybody is outside when they have like recess and
Yeah.
break time. So yeah, we are used to of that.
Let, let, let me just remind you something. Here in India, it's 18. I'm still freezing.
Yeah.
So for us, minus 20 is mild.
Okay,
Yeah, we
okay,
are
like
okay with that, minus
Yeah,
20.
we don't have the technology that keeps your house warm.
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
that's make the
yes.
difference. Yeah.
Right. So, have you ever been to India? Has he been ever been to India? That happened.
I lived there for 8 years. I was born there.
Not me. When we
You
came
are live
here,
and whole world is
I
watching.
know. When we came here in 2016, I never been there till yet.
Since
So since yet, so he visited, but I'm planning. But this coronavirus.
We'll get you. We'll get you. That's the problem.
So like it's going to be 5 year, and I'm missing my family,
Mhm.
especially mom, dad, and so it's hard, but it's okay.
I know there's someone in the call who wants you to go visit
Yes,
India.
yes.
So that's great. So we'll definitely get him on show and talk about what he does with this YouTube channel. It will be very interesting and see how we can do it. Okay, okay. I think my friend is
Is it me or you, Simon?
well, let's say it was me.
Okay, Simon, have a great remaining day or might be good night, and we are going off to school.
Yeah, thank you for your time. Have a great day. Bye. Thank you.
You too.
Bye bye.
Take care. Bye
Bye.
bye. Okay, bye to that little girl. Bye. That Deepak, that was you have a beautiful family. You have raised there in Canada. Beautiful people, very happy. Right. So, and not just that, we have some people joining us from the community too. Jim Vincent, he says he loves reading your article, and thank you. So,
Thank you. I appreciate
definitely.
that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Jen, for joining. Even he writes some really amazing articles. Like he's also an MEP, so thank you so much, Jen. So, when you talk about you, you said you have moved from India to Canada, right? So, and then you have your family, Deepak. How does a professional life looks like in North America? Is it like you have to work Monday to Friday, and life is only Saturday, Sunday, weekends, right? Or how is it? Because in India, we in Asia Pacific, right, we do work a lot more time, right? We are not measured by how many hours you spend, right? That's not how it's calculated. So what is the difference, and how what are good and bad? Let's talk
Okay.
both.
I will give honest answer, right?
Yes, yeah.
So it depends upon city to city, project to project, and location to location. Mm, uh, for example, my city where I live, it's a good amount, not a big city of Canada, right? Like not Toronto, Vancouver,
Mhm,
Montreal. So it depends on the project as well. However, I must admit, and I should rather, here they keep work life balance very much. If you have some appointment, if you have work, if you kids have some appointment, you have to look after kids, that is well taken off. uh, Being said that, like if you are, my wife work maybe 5 minutes away from home, my
mhm,
office is maybe 15 minutes away. So infrastructure is built, so travel time is less, and all that thing happen, less traffic, yeah, if you
mhm,
compare even one by five, maybe five, more than 500 times, so like, so very less traffic, you don't find people follow rules. So from work professional culture, yes, it's very, when I was in Rochester in States, it was different culture. Here it was different. In Singapore, it was different. But I really find whenever project require, we work, our ass off, and uh, yeah, that's it. Like if, for example, from Toronto to Montreal, Montreal is one of the best IT city, not even in Canada. They are leading in AI, and they are best in, in America, from American perspective as well, from
mhm.
America, because in America also, if you are in not in California, in Central America, there are different work culture. So I would say, if I compare my different experience, I found experience differ from project to project, country to country, team to team. I fortunate to have, best team. I love my team. I love my friends over here, and I have kind of family bonding wherever I work. I have my friends in Germany who call me whenever they want to discuss anything, or I call them, and vice versa, like in Australia, in Singapore, or in States, whenever we go. So it's depend on individual also, what kind of mindset they take. uh,
Mhm.
but work life balance is superb, is
Yeah.
superb, because that's what my experience tell me, like.
So you like it's not like you're just working. You also work on weekends. If you need any leave, you have to go through a lot of this HR process. Who may reject it just because
Oh
you want
no,
to take leave.
no,
No.
no. In that case, I would say, uh, if you work on a good company in India, also I worked with, I don't know, the company which invented girography. I did not discuss with them, like, should I share that their name? They are US based company, product development company, and everyone say like their interview is more difficult. I built team in US and
Mhm.
India in 2013-14. So it depends on the company itself, but I also admit on the same time, like in 2006 when I start working, I go to office, but maybe I'm returning at 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah, I
and
agree. Yeah.
and I we got married, and my wife, she is very helpful. I really feel blessing, like I have such a understanding wife. I came 3 a.m., sometime 4 a.m., and then I sleep for 5 hours and go 10 a.m. That might be project requirement. At that
Mhm.
time, I was doing, maybe I have that energy or that enthu. I would not say enthu I have right now as well. But
Yeah, you
maybe,
do.
that is work culture.
Hmm.
However, when as I grow up to the ladder, like,
Hmm.
then I found, okay, you have more uh, opportunity to make work life balance. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did answer deeper question, and you mentioned one of the very important factor for all the young guys who are watching, that when you are young in your career, don't feel like, hey, I will work only the time that is assigned. You are young, you have that energy, go beyond the limits, right? That age is never going to come back, right? Because once you get married, you have the kids, you have more liabilities. Lucky you if you get a wife like Deepak, right, who is very understanding. But things change a lot, things won't remain the same, you're not going to be young always. So very definitely said Deepak, if you're young, all the guys who are watching young, utilize the time, utilize all the energy that you have, and do not complain, do not complain. Right, if you
Yeah,
like to add something.
yeah, I I would like to add here, like
Hmm.
attitude of appreciation is really required.
Hmm.
We should be thankful we have work. We should thankful we are learning new stuff. And definitely, when I was 24-year-old, I could work 16 hours altogether. But now I need body break. I need to walk outside. I have to give some time my muscles to relax. So I would say, and now if I work maybe 8 hours together, with don't take any break, I got the migraine. Then my 3 hours or 3 days or 4 days go totally waste. So
Hmm.
it's you have that energy at that point of time,
Hmm.
utilize it, learn new stuff, be empathetic, be focused, be determined, uh,
Hmm.
and trust me, guys, I have been connected by different channel guys from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and all India. Like, hey Deepak, what we do? I did couple of time mentoring as well. Couple of guys came here or in another part of world. So if you are focused, if you are doing your job great, and if you are learning something new, and
Hmm.
I will also add some, some focus towards paradigm of spirituality, where we believe in bad karma and good karma. Like, if you are focused and want to help everyone and never work on like generate bad karma, so that really help you out. Honestly, today whenever I was speaking on Seattle or Microsoft headquarter or different part, people are thinking might be I born with silver spoon. No, I was similar, a guy who who was doing hard work. I read in government school, DAV school. I did not read in convent school. I don't
Hmm.
have that that luxury uh, to read on those different school. Our school are changing after every 2 years. My eighth is from Himachal, 10th is from Haryana, 12th is from Chandigarh. So that was happening, being like my dad was, as he was in central government job. So
Hmm.
I would say take this time as a asset to learn new stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Deepak, I think your vision towards life is very positive. As you say, you got an opportunity to move to different places, and you took it very positively. I'll make new friends. There might be people there who complain, "Oh, I cannot have my friends. Every time I go, I lose my friends. I cannot do well in studies." So that is why I said, don't complain, right? Take the positive thing out of it. And when you are moving, you took it positively. Yes, it was challenging for your other family members too, but you, even as a child, you took it positively.
Yeah, we should. I think, like, it's our option. When we are in Saskatchewan, which is might be one of the coldest city in Canada, one of
Mhm.
star mark. Uh,
Mhm.
uh, Weather is really hard. Sometimes we experience -50, -55. Yes, I agree. Infrastructure is there, but you cannot go
Mhm.
and play cricket outside. but you have indoor swimming pool which are closed now. So but
Mhm.
you have to adjust, right, what you are doing. Okay, then go for walk or do meditation. Try to find, guys, if any takeaway you want, I would say try to find positivity out of odds. If you have
Mhm.
that mindset, definitely nothing is impossible. Nothing
Yeah.
is impossible. And always consider our role model. For me, I consider Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, and even Mahesh. Look, he is from that background itself. So
Yeah.
learn from those guy, and never go into rat race. Just focus on hard work and determination, and okay, I be focused, be determined, be positive, be empathetic, and everything is possible.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Just keep on doing it, right, right. The things will make sense. Looking back, things will definitely make sense. Quickly, Deepak, you did mention about cricket. How often can you follow cricket living in Canada?
Honestly,
Did you know about this Test cricket happening in of India with Australia?
yeah, I know, but the thing is, uh, my son is into kickboxing. I'm into kickboxing. My son is in soccer. Uh, uh, the time I did not get the opportunity to watch it, uh,
Hmm.
but as a kid, I played. My mom always beat me like I'm playing from, like everyone in India or our continent, play outside for hours
Yeah,
and hours without
hours and
eating
hours.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love cricket, and I learn a lot from those guy like Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, or Sachin Tendulkar. Like, respect. So whatever their profession is, learn from how determined they are, how
Hmm.
humble and sensible they are, and they are
Hmm.
always there to help them if
Yeah.
someone needs. So yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So when you talk about, like, you did mention a couple of times about Seattle and all the different parts. Quickly, let's bring up this amazing video that I saw while I was going through your blog at deepakkaushik.com. I found you in this DevOps Labs. Would you go ahead and talk a little bit about what is it and how in this world did you get there?
Okay, this is Microsoft Seattle
Hmm.
DevOps studio, and
Hmm.
this guy is Damien Brandy. He's one of very good friend of mine. He's from Australia. He's uh, Cloud Microsoft Cloud advocate, and we speak couple of conferences together. And I
Hmm.
was there for uh, I think for MVP summit, and then he want to talk about, share to community about my experience, what how after successfully migration we able to achieve it. So yeah, it was fun over there, and yeah, watch it. You,
Yeah.
it is might be for 5 years before, but yeah, thanks for
Mhm.
putting it out.
Yeah, that's cool, and this blog is great. Let me go ahead and see what's in the gallery. My goodness, you have traveled across the globe, all the people. You love taking selfie. I see that. So how? So let this is, I think, one more factor of being a community speaker. Right, you go ahead and you get to travel. Right, you get to meet new people, and now when that is not possible, you're doing it virtual. So let's quickly talk about how often do you miss this, and how even did you get in there?
When things were normal, then
Mm-hmm.
I have to travel for in a month at least once, uh,
Mm-hmm.
for conference or sometimes subject matter expert or sometimes for different activity, and I really love to do that. I enjoy speaking. It does not have updated
Mm-hmm.
images like some of my conference, like it is overcrowded 3 times than seats. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's happened in Ignite. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I really, maybe some in 2019, if you go January, you might
Yeah.
find in January or February. So I really enjoyed it, and nowadays I'm spending more time playing with my daughter, um,
Mm-hmm.
playing with my son. We are wrestling fans, so whenever there is WWE wrestling, we go every time. Even
Mm-hmm.
when my father was here, we went and see Roman Reigns and all that kind of superstar.
Wow.
Fortunately, they came to my city, so 4 or 5 times I was here, and yeah, it keep me busy my speaking keep me busy, but I also spend time with my family, and I believe happy spouse is happy house. So
Oh, wow.
so I always keep that mantra with me.
Oh my goodness. Thanks everyone who is joining us today. Thanks. Looks like people like to hear more. Just people don't just want coding stuff all the time. People sometimes really want how to code and get it. If you guys more, I think people are really loving you, Deepak, and we'll have to bring you back sometime again, right? Maybe when you are a little not occupied, sometime not your office time. So we'll figure it out. And there's one more question coming up for you from Amit Arun. He says, Deepak, keeping technology path and setting goals in career. Any tips on this point? This is quite generic, but maybe uh, technology path is something, or yeah, how do you
So
want to answer this one?
so I consider it two ways.
Hmm.
Uh, A, for work, maybe you are working with any technology, but if I suggest, and as we know, as per my research, AI and cloud is what about the future is. We
Hmm.
talk about Tesla, we talk about cloud technology, we talk about like that's where the world is going. So when we that so my end goal will be the learning technology, for example
Hmm.
artificial intelligence. So I will work on that. I will read articles from my not from my office time but from my personal time. I will watch videos, I will do some demos, I will
Hmm.
build POCs. Believe me, whenever I do some work, I make documentation, presentation, um, scripts ready, and then I make presentation like to conference or something. So the end goal will be the focusing on what is all about the future. I don't want suggest anyone to read ASP at this point of time. However, I could say go for AI or cloud
Hmm.
technology. So that's what our technology path and goal is. And another goal might be I consider like for me the goal is having good father. So your personal goal that depend on your situation, like my kids respect, love, and appreciate what they have. So that kind of goal which I ask them, okay, rickshaw puller in India, or
Hmm.
look how hard work they do. So you should be respected to each and everyone, and if you do good, good will come. That is science rule, Newton third law or law of
Yeah.
karma. So whatever you do, you will go with that way. So answer to your question, my friend, is keep keep focus and eagle eye on the technology, put your goal and work for that.
Mhm. So that's good. You did mention about this data science, AI, ML, and this cloud, and definitely, Deepak. That reminds me that even IoT is taking a lot of space these days. We have these intelligent devices coming up. They are anyway connected to clouds, and they have these AI capabilities. And I was able to pull out this amazing platform that just talks about this IoT stuff. Can you just go ahead and talk about what is this IoT coast to coast and what's with this platform?
Yeah, so I founded, I'm co-founder of IoT Coast to Coast with my friend Nick. He is also CSAP Honor MVP. And Coast
Mhm.
to Coast, he's into East Coast and I'm into West Coast. So we said, okay, what name? So we came up with Coast to Coast, like we are covering east to west coast. And
Mhm.
we said, okay, we are so if anyone has some required any guidance, presentation or POC or training, we are there to help them out. So this is our website, IoT Coast to Coast. You
Mhm.
guys can contact us. There are different. He's Nick, he's over there, and this is me and Nick.
Okay, his Nick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are talking about different stuff, and
Mhm.
these are the service, and
That's great. That's great. It looks fantastic, and definitely looks. When I look at the banner, it says training offers. Right, you definitely go in and help people, organizations when they're moving in. That even that makes sense.
cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Perfect. So that's an amazing platform to go ahead and talk before. And now we are almost reaching close to time, and we're almost like 50 minutes, right? The show was almost like 45 minutes. Only 5 minutes passed. And before I close, Deepak, and I have a quick question for you. Not technical again. Nothing related to career. I'm going to ask you, Deepak. You work so hard, right? You moved from India to Canada. You work over there too. What do you do in your spare time? What are your hobbies? What do you like to go ahead and do it when you're not coding or managing the team?
Right. So I'm very much outgoing guy. If you look over
Mhm,
my Facebook profile in summer, I do a lot of camping, lot of going outside and spending time with nature.
mhm.
Nowadays, I do kickboxing 5 days in a week, and I enjoy physical activities. So only thing I could do clap push-ups and all that stuff at my
Wow, you
home.
can do that. You can do
Yeah.
that.
So, so I enjoy those activity. I do meditation
Mhm,
because that keep my head, myself focused and calm and composed. And I really want to think about positive things happening around, not
mhm,
want to focus about a lot about negativity. So that keep me happy
mhm,
and cheerful, I think. So apart from that, I think if I have to do, I will join any new course, and I will read and write and do POC, make documentation, architecture documentation. I keep doing those stuff for me, for my learning, so that if maybe after 3 months someone came and say, hey, we need IoT architectural for hot storage to cold storage, and then visualization using in intermediate like IoT device, how could we do that? So I
mhm,
always keep that stuff myself and queries running, and we say, okay, give me a time,
mhm,
maybe 3 days, I will come up with a solution. So you give me problem, I will come up with a solution. So in
mhm.
that case, I have things back up. I just twist, and I will say, okay, this is your solution. So that's
Yeah.
what I do.
Looks like you're really passionate about, right? Even when I asked you hobby, you turned up telling that you keep things up to date, right? Even apart from jobs, you do things for yourself that helps keep your knowledge updated, and this is pretty cool, right? You always have something baked up, so other people might be like, hey, that was pretty quick and that was really good because you have already worked on it. So that was an amazing show, Deepak, an incredible show, right? We learned so many things. We talked about the MVP, we talked about the journey, the challenges, and a lot more stuff to just I can just sum it up. So, well, before we go, any last word you want to tell to our audience who have joined us for almost like last 50 to 55 minutes? Any last words to them?
Okay, I will really want to thanks everyone who joined, because
Mhm.
time is so precious. I think you learn anything new. If you need any suggestion, guidance, you want to touch base, Simon already share my website, personal blog, LinkedIn. You could reach to me. I will happy to help, and stay safe, my friends.
Yeah, exactly, Stacey. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It was an amazing show put up by Deepak joining us all the from Canada. And we will see you next week with another MVP. Until then, take good care of yourself and see you soon. Bye bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Have a great one. Bye.